So let's take a look at some basic definitions in this unit number 6. Okay, unit number 6 is work, power, energy, and basically as we saw in unit number 5, we were dealing with the D'Alembert's principle. In this unit, the main principle or the main expression that we will be focusing on is work energy principle. But before proceeding over to work energy principle, let's see some basic definitions that you are well acquainted with. Okay, the first definition here is work. Work is defined as mathematically force into displacement. Technically, it can be said as work is done when a force causes displacement of the body upon which it is acting. Okay, see the mathematical expression here. Work done is equal to force into displacement. Then the second definition here is energy, and it is defined as the capacity to do work. Then the rate at which work is being done, is called as power. Okay, these are the three basic definitions that need to be introduced at the start of this unit number 6. Now we will move on to the main thing in this unit, which is work energy principle. Okay, let's move on to work energy principle. Now let's see what work energy principle exactly says. See, work done by force or forces, because in a system there may be one force or more than one number of force. Therefore, work done by force or forces acting on a body during its displacement is equal to change in its kinetic energy. Okay, I again repeat this. Work done by force or forces acting on a body during its displacement is equal to change in its kinetic energy. Therefore, this whole statement can be confined into this very small expression, which is work done equal to change in K. Now, work done is expressed as F into S, and change in kinetic energy. Change in kinetic energy means the difference between the kinetic energy when the body was having its final velocity and the state of body when it was having its initial velocity. Therefore, what we can write over here is half m. Final velocity is denoted by v. It will be v square. Half mv square is kinetic energy. And while the body was in its initial velocity, it will be denoted by u square. Therefore, F into S is equal to half m into in bracket v square minus u square. This portion LHS denotes the work done. The RHS is denoting change in kinetic energy. Now this can be rewritten as F into S equal to half into W by G into V square minus U square. We have done nothing new here. We have just replaced the term mass as weight divided by acceleration due to gravity. Now let's see how we achieved this specific expression over here. Alright. Let's move on to the derivation of the expression, and we will be starting the derivation with a very basic thing that you are very well aware of, which is F is equal to ma. Okay, so we are starting the expression derivation from this point. See, the very first thing that we have quoted here is nothing new. It is Newton's second law. Okay, this is Newton's second law. We have used it in last unit, that is unit number 5. Now I will be making some minor changes. Okay, over here F is equal to m into, now acceleration can be rewritten as this fraction. Okay, dv by dt, this differential. Now I will be adding a fraction over here, m into, let's say, dv by dt. Then I will be doing this thing, ds by ds. Now while I am adding this ds by ds fraction, it is not making any change in the expression because ds and ds will be getting cancelled. Therefore, it is not making any significant change, or let's say any minor change in the given expression that we are talking about right now. Now just make some rearrangement. Okay, now we will be doing what? We will be doing m into dv by ds. We will write it as ds by dt. Therefore, what we are having here is, we will take one of the ds to LHS. F into ds is equal to m into dv into ds by dt. Okay, now see here, we are very well aware with the thing that ds by dt stands for velocity. Therefore f into ds is equal to m into dv into v, because ds by dt stands for velocity. Then we will be putting some exact integrals over here. We will be integrating these equations on LHS as well as RHS with some limits. Therefore, putting the integral sign, integrating LHS and RHS with proper limits. Therefore, we can write it as f into ds. We will be putting S1 and S2. Displacement at initial point up to the final point. Then integral, and the integral here will be initial to final velocity. Therefore m into dv into v. Therefore let's just rewrite this statement so that the integration will make perfectly sense here. F integration of s1 to s2 here ds is equal to m integration from u to v into dv. Now if we integrate it, okay, if we integrate it, we will be getting f into in bracket s. Here we will put the limits as s1 to s2. Now here we will be having integration as v square by 2, and bracket will be having the limits as u to v. Now in the next step, what we will do, we will apply the limits for the bracket f s2 minus s1. Okay, and here we will take the fraction denominator 2 over here. We will just rewrite it as 1 by 2 into m, and then it will be v square minus u square. Now if you consider the body starting its displacement from rest, then s1 will be making no meaning. Okay, we can directly put displacement as plane s, because whenever a problem is there, if a body is moving, it will be starting from its initial position and then it will be having some displacement, and that displacement will be directly given by the term s. Therefore f into s is equal to half m v square minus u square, where v is final velocity and u is initial velocity. Now if you want to see how this expression has come to the work energy principle, see, F into S stands for what? F into S stands for work, force into displacement, and this RHS stands for what? Change in kinetic energy. Okay, change in kinetic energy. Therefore this is the required expression that we quoted in the starting of this topic, that is work energy principle, which is force into displacement is equal to half mv square minus u square. That is, work done in a system will always be equal to the change in kinematic energy of that system. So that was all regarding derivation of work energy principle and definitions regarding this unit number 6. In the next video, in the next lecture, we will see a problem and we will be using this specific expression, this specific equation for getting solution of that problem. So I will meet you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.